Ooh, welcome in, sports fans. It's an early pregame show. This is slightly earlier than normal. Normally, I'd be probably a couple hours from now. Good solid hour and a half at least. But your boy's got plenty of daddy duties today, so we're doing an early show. Hey, look at how quick this comment came in. Shout out Tigers MLB. He said, yo, back to you, bro. And this is SR Productions. Oh, we know him around here. We know Mr. SR Productions, Mr. Tigers MLB. I'm just slightly offended by that name, though. You know it. It's not a surprise. The Royals Tigers have a long history of celebrating each other. Long history of little rivalry there. But shout out to the Tigers. A competitive baseball team some years. Been a little while. Been a little while since I was afraid of the Tigers, but pretty legit team. Hope you're doing good this morning. We are doing it a little early. Got to take the son to old Busch Gardens. Take him to a little amusement park, a little fun today. So we decided to do a little early stream. Get it in before boy wakes up. You know how these dad duties got to be. Y'all know how it is. Well, let's get into this first little game we've got. And it's the Eagles versus Bengals. The Bengals are 2.5 points. Just going over the games today. Just a quick recap of what we're doing today. Going over the NFL football games, looking at the lines, looking at the betting public to see if there's any gold mines that we should notice. Some like this first game that I'm talking about, we get a lot of lines that are somewhat questionable to me. Like this Eagles versus Bengals. 63% of the public is picking the Bengals. Somehow, some way, Eagles are the dogs in this game. I mean, this is a must-win game for the Bengals season, kind of. Currently sitting at 3-4, going into the 3-5 would be devastating. But it is what it is. The Bengals are going to Bengals. Lions versus Titans game. Who do you got? Well, it's usually safe to say that I'm going to pick the Lions, right? It doesn't matter who they're playing. It doesn't matter who they're playing, unless it's the Kansas City Chiefs. Probably picking the Lions, just to give you a heads up. But it was such a landslide of a victory. I can't even take the Lions versus Titans as a serious question. Cannot take it. Cannot do that, Mr. SR Productions. Cannot do that, Tigers. It's the Lions. It's the Lions by a country mile. There's a few games this week that feel like locks of the week. And I tell you what, it doesn't pay very well. You're not going to get paid from betting the Lions over the Titans a lot of money. Let's see what the line is. I haven't even looked at the line yet. Let me see where we're sitting at the line. Ooh. This is the highest line I've seen all season. The biggest spread all season. This is the biggest one I've seen yet. We'll do some scrolling. There should be a couple other games this week that have some big spreads. And this is definitely the largest I've seen this season. The Lions are sitting at as 11.5-point favorites at home. The money line is a minus 650. You said Lions 89, Titans 11. That might just happen. It might happen. Look, this is probably, better than a bye. You get to put your players out there. They get to play, half a game? How long do you think before they start benching players? Fourth quarter, maybe? Maybe. Maybe. Halftime, this game is done. Minus 650. That means if you bet $650, they'll give you 100. They'll bust out a 100 for you. Which doesn't, it's not a lot. That's not a lot of money. But guaranteed money. That's what you call free money from Vegas. They know they're going to lose. The Titans have zero chance of winning. Even this 11.5-point spread feels awfully safe. Feels very safe. Do the Titans keep it within 12 points? No. No, they don't. See, we lost Hutchinson, though. Yeah, look, it doesn't help the team to lose Hutchinson, right? Losing Hutchinson is never a positive. If he's the first player on y'all's team, and it's hard because you guys got Amon St. Brown, too, who I'm a big fan of. But if I could add one player to the Chiefs from the Lions, it would be Hutchinson. But I don't think it's make or break for the Lions. The offense is strong enough to cover the defense. Look how efficient Jared Goff has been. Look how efficient he is. We have like an 18 game 2 weeks ago. And then last week was still like his completion percentage is like historically good right now. Like I think it's going to take a lot. I think it's going to take a lot for teams to think that Hutchinson's going to make a difference. Maybe in the Super Bowl when you come to play Pat Mahomes, you're going to wish you had Hutchinson, But there's not a lot of teams, even without Hutchinson, that are really competitive with the Lions, especially in the NFC. Like, let's be honest. Every team out of the NFC is in the NFC North. You have the Vikings that can compete with them. But still, look, we just seen that head-to-head matchup. Like, it's crazy. I got a St. Brown's black jersey and J-Mo in a golf. I got a Miguel Cabrera jersey, too. You remember him? Do I remember Miguel Cabrera? Yes, man. Yes. I even remember when he won the Triple Crown, he was in Kansas City. He was in Kansas City in the Royal Stadium, and the Royals fans gave him a standing ovation. And that tells you about Miguel Cabrera's legacy. He's the GOAT. He's not my GOAT, but I can understand as a Detroit Tigers fan how you can come to that conclusion. Look, he's better than a lot of players I can point to, right? He's a legend, certified legend. There's no doubt about it. Ty Cobb, my problem with Ty Cobb is he was such a racist and such a dirty-ass player. Everything he did was so shiesty. Ty Cobb has just got this shiestiness in his blood that I just could never give Ty Cobb the respect that he probably deserves baseball-wise just because he was just too shiesty. I'm not a Ty Cobb fan. Just there's few players that just irritate the poop out of me, just drive me insane. And then Ty Cobb is one of those guys. Ty Cobb is one of those guys that just absolutely drives me bonkers. Can't stand the feller. I could go on rants about Ty Cobb for hours. I think they could get ridiculous. Oh, let me see. We got Colts versus Texans. Excuse me. Texans only 5-point favorites at home. I like the Texans in this one. I'm not 100% on the spread. I feel better about the money line though. I think I'm done with this Anthony Richardson experiment too. I think I'm going to hang my hat up. I think I'm going to call it done. You like the Texans? I like the Texans in that one too. Co-host Dude with a Beard did go Colts, which I thought was really funky. And look, the Colts are a scrappy team. This is not the runaway that people think it is. You know, only 6% of the public is picking the Colts. 6% are still believers. And I gotta imagine all 6% live in Colts country. It's gotta be. There's no one outside of Indianapolis better than the Colts. Just can't be it. The Texans are your two favorite teams, Texans and Lions, huh? That's pretty interesting. Look, I've always felt bad for the Texans. They really kind of remind me of Kansas City Chiefs, but like, you know, like the Temu version. At least the Chiefs before our success. Let me take that. Let me put the asterisk. Before we started winning Super Bowls, the Texans reminded me a lot of the Kansas City Chiefs. Like good quality teams, solid fan bases. You know, the Texans have a very loyal to the soil kind of fan base. You know, the kind of fans you want as an NFL team, but it can never quite get it done. C.J. Stroud's a beast. C.J. Stroud is a beast. I called him the third best quarterback before the season started, going into the AFC. And it appears I'm pretty spot on. Josh Allen's trying to make an argument. You know, he's trying to make his case that he deserves in the conversation, and he might just be that number 3. I might have to put it in. I said, here's my top 5 NFL teams. Number 5, the Falcons. Number 4, the Buccaneers. 3, Kansas City Chiefs. And the Texans. And with big capital letters. Big, just so y'all know, he's screaming it to y'all. Screaming it. Lions. Shout out Detroit. This man said Lions and Chiefs. Chiefs, yes, but versus the Lions, no. Go, Pack, go. What? Didn't y'all just have the? No, I don't think y'all played yet. Y'all have not played yet. That is a hell of a little matchup, though. That is a heck of a little matchup. Look, the NFC North is such a competitive division. It's the best in the NFC. And honestly, I think the NFC North might be the most competitive division in football right now. You know, it's either the NFC North or the AFC North. The Colts or the Bengals, excuse me, I got the Colts on my screen. The Bengals kind of falling down a little bit. Steelers look pretty mighty. You know, the Ravens are looking awfully dominant. But if you look at the NFC North, you know, every team's pretty decent. Pretty decent. You got the Lions, the Vikings, the Packers. All 3 of those teams are the teams that I think can be competitive in the Super Bowl. If you get outside of the NFC North, who are we looking at? What, the 49ers who can't stay healthy? Who else is supposed to compete with you? Dallas? What are they doing? Nothing. C.J. Stroud rookie year is a beast rookie year. We shut C.J. down, only 86 yards passing. Yeah, he had a monster killer year his rookie year, C.J. Stroud. Shout out to him. But the Texans did lose to the Packers this season. You know, that was a tough pill to swallow as someone that was supporting the Texans. Look, from the tribe of Yadua, Mr. Tribal. I'm gonna shorten that up. I gotta give you a nickname. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, and I apologize. I'm slightly retarded sometimes when it comes to pronunciations. But you know, we'll get into it. Go say look, the NFC North rivalry is never one to be disappointed on. You know, one of my favorite football moments was when Aaron Rodgers scored a touchdown on the Bears and he started doing the whole little WWE belt thing, you know, and it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, guys, that's our productions. Let's not go. It's too early in the morning to be fighting. I know y'all got bad blood, but let's keep the name calling. You know, let's keep it civil. It's Sunday morning. We ain't gotta wake up and be gangster. You know, we can be cool. You ain't gotta worry about it. But I understand. It's like if a Raiders fan came in here, I'll probably start popping off too. So I understand. I get it. I truly do. But you know, Sunday morning show, we try to keep it calm and peaceful. You still hate Rodgers? Well, good for you. Rodgers seems to still hate football because that boy cannot play. I'm glad I didn't see what he said. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's too early. It's too early for all that. We ain't got to be gangster over cereal. You know what I mean? Keep the oatmeal flowing. Speaking of Packers, that's the next game on the list. Packers versus Jaguars. Packers versus Jaguars. Y'all cracking me up. Go look there. Calm down. Calm down, folks. Packers versus Jaguars. Packers are 4-point favorites at home. Only 7% of the public believes the Jaguars can get it done. You know, before the season started, I think I picked the Jaguars. I would not be surprised if I picked the Jags to win this game preseason, and now I'm having trouble finding it. There's truth to that. It's hard to be a gangster on a keyboard. All the real gangsters I know don't use the internet. You got points there too. You're like, oh, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Come on, bro. Let's not be shiesty this early in the morning, bro. There's no reason. No reason. Let's keep it football too. Get out here making crazy talk. Let's do it. But Packers, Jags, I just don't see any way the Jaguars can get done. This feels like Doug Peterson's last little hurrah here, right? Like, what are we supposed to be confident in? How can the Jags win this game? I mean, with a 4-point spread, they're basically saying the Packers should win by 7. And honestly, the way the Packers have been playing, this feels like an awfully safe bet. It just truly does. Even with the 4 points, you guys know I'm a money line guy. I hound it. It's safer. Why am I spotting you points? But that one feels good. That one feels the Jaguars can they get 5 points? I think so. I think so. Next on the list is Falcons versus Buccaneers. 39% of the public still believes in the Buccaneers. The Falcons are only 2.5-point favorites on the road. Buccaneers feel awfully. We got Jaguars are winning. And you got the Bucks. 2 bad picks in a row, Tiger. 2 bad picks in a row. The Buccaneers are unhealthy. Unhealthy. If they had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin going into this game, it might be a competitive matchup. Might be a competitive matchup. It might be, but without Mike Evans, there's no offense for the Buccaneers. There's no offense possible. Give me the Falcons. Give me the Falcons. I'm surprised 39% of the public did not look at the injury list. Said wishful thinking, Packers 38-10. I'm surprised you got the Jags scoring 10 points. Tiger, we need some explanation on how the Jaguars are going to manage to pull this one off. Because I just don't see it. I know it might be just the pure hatred for the Packers, but it's rough. It's rough. Let's see, Jaguars 30, Packers 39. That's giving the Packers a win, bro. You're out here eating to the toe nose. That's telling you, 30-30 tie. 30-30 tie. Look, we take a tie. We haven't had one this year. We haven't had one this year. We have the number 1 secondary in the league, and they are last at the pass. Keep thinking the Jags are going to win. He thinks they're going to tie now. He's gone to a tie, which would be electric. We need a tie. We need a tie this season. But if you think the Jags are good enough to tie with the Packers, I would say don't do it. Don't put no money on that bet, bro. Do not do it. This feels like a walk away for the Packers. Honestly, the 4-point spread feels almost disrespectful to the Packers. You would almost expect this to be like a 6.5 point spread. Well, if I was writing the book, that's more of what I would have it at. Oh yeah, y'all fighting back and forth between the Lions and the Packers again. That's nice. Look, I love these rivalry games, right? Because you get these heated fan bases. This is oil and water. This is what we're dealing with, folks. This is oil and water. These two people, it's just like it's a clash. Y'all going to clash, and it's going to happen. It's easy for me to look back and laugh and sit and be like, haha, Lions, haha, Packers, because it's not my headbutt. If a Denver Broncos fan walked into the chat, this would just be we'd be in a little feisty Sunday morning pregame show. What's my team, bro? I am a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Die-hard Chiefs fan. Normally, I do my hoodie. Normally, I throw a little Chiefs hoodie on, grab one out the collection, and bust it out. But it was a little warm this morning in here in sunny Florida, and your boy was not about to be sweating this early. God dang. Just dropping stuff everywhere. Let me see. What do we got next on the list? Jets, Patriots. In a game that the Jets need to win, right? Look, sitting at 2-5. Probably one of the most disappointing. I guess the Jags are pretty disappointing teams too, right? But one of the most. Look, this has got to be the only 2-5 team that's got a 7-point spread. You hit 90 subs today. Hey, shout that out. I'll take 90. 90 is a pretty good number. Man, why that corner let Mahomes run all over him like that? Shake my head. Look, it doesn't make no sense. Mr. Tribe. It does not make no sense how you let Pat Mahomes steamroll your ass in the goddamn end zone. Oh, talk about a bad look. Now, Pat Mahomes can scramble, but he's not really, a running back type quarterback. He's not Josh Allen where he's going to steamroll a guy. He's not Lamar Jackson where he's going to, shake out a guy or whatever. But, man, he just gets it done. It's embarrassing. You pick the Jets. I'm picking the Jets as well. This feels like Jared Mayo's last game as a Patriots coach. It ain't it. I'm a college football fan. I don't have an NFL team. What fan base can I join without being a bandwagon fan? That's a good question. That's a good question, John. There's a lot of options. If you joined the Carolina Panthers, people would pity you. You can go Tennessee Titans. No one's going to judge you there. If you want a decent team, they can be competitive. You could probably join the Seahawks bandwagon. You could be a bandwagon of the Chiefs fan. Like, people will call you a bandwagon fan, but as someone that's been a Chiefs fan for going on almost 40 years now, I still get called a bandwagon fan. So you can't let that insult you, You can join the bandwagon if you want, bro. It's really an open mic of teams that you can choose from. But if you want to think that people, they're going to be like, dang, you're just a legit fan, join the Browns. The entire Browns fan base can't be bandwagon. You can't be called a bandwagon if you're from it. I don't, bro. I like Mayo, but he's done. Yeah. Shout out Chiefs Productions. Let's go, Chiefs. Let's go. Raider week. Oh, can't wait to talk about that game here in a minute. But yeah, let's just to cap off Jets favorites, 7 points. Let's see what the betting public is doing with that game. And 90% Jets. I'm surprised 10% picked the Patriots. I don't like the 7-point spread. I don't like it. And there's not enough money, with a minus 350, kind of kills the money line for me. But I'm taking it. Next up, we have the Cardinals versus Dolphins. 4.5-point favorites for the Dolphins. Tua is back, folks. Tua. Let's get it. The Browns were booing Deshaun Watson after his injury. What, Dosh Baga? Look, hold on. We do need to talk about that Chiefs production. We will talk about that for a second. Me too, man. People always say I'm a bandwagon Packers fan because we win, but I'm a fan since I was 13. I'm 42. You know what I mean? Well, in fairness, they were winning when you were 13 too. God dang it. Like, you were winning back then too. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. How does one franchise never miss on a dang quarterback? Don't make no sense. John said weekly prayers. The Packers are good. Chiefs production says, I'm 21. Let's talk about it, Chiefs production. Let's talk about the fans booing Deshaun Watson. Typically, I'm not a fan. I get what you're saying. I'm not a fan of booing people when they get injured. We seen it with Matt Castle with the Chiefs, right? When he got injured, people got a little excited. But with Deshaun Watson's track record, he gets what he deserves. He deserves that boo. I booed Deshaun Watson before he got injured, and I'll boo him after. I can't stand the guy. I think it's crazy that he's still in the league. probably will never play another down again in football. I've got no faith that he'll make some kind of comeback. Shout out to him. Shout out to him for getting paid. They still owe him $170 million. He destroyed a franchise, but that franchise deserved it. Let's be honest. If you're the Browns, you deserved it after trading Baker Mayfield away, the one guy that can manage to get you to the playoffs, for Deshaun Watson. You deserved it. Yeah, I don't like all that, and I mean the man is cheeks, but come on now. Look, you do shiesty stuff, and shiesty things happen to you. Is it shiesty to boo a man? Yes, it is. Y'all are 100% correct. It is shiesty, but shiesty things happen to shiesty people. You see, I was a Steelers fan since 7 or 8, watching Ben and that defense until Ben retired. And I'm not from that area. And I'd like to be a fan of a team that actually can make a trip to see a game. What area are you in then? If you're not by Pittsburgh, I can understand that. What's your local team? What's a little closer? Browns wish they had Baker Mayfield. They truly do. And the football gods have shown they should have kept him. They've shown that you found that one guy, the only guy in the world that could take the Browns. The first time you don't miss on a quarterback, you trade him away. You want to? You think you can do better? Come on. Said I love Baker. I'm happy for him. I've always been a fan. Look, I've been cheering him on. We're Team Baker on this show, full through. Especially to just remind the Browns franchise how bad they fumbled that bag, how bad they did that. I'm hoping for the Titans to beat the Lions. Shout out Kidder. Get him. Are you a Titans fan? Look, get it. Or are you just trying to slow down the Lions? Baker is what I call a true warrior, in my opinion. He plays like it, right? It's a good comparison. He plays like a dog. Like he's about that life. He's about it. He's about football, bro. He's got it in him. He knows it. I got faith in Baker, except for this week, because he's just too many guys are out. You're in Ohio, but I'm 5 or 6 hours from Pitt. I hate the Browns and the Cleveland sports as well as the Lions. Never watched the NFC, but then Cincinnati is about 4.5 away, so there's some issues. Yeah, you can go Cincinnati if you wanted to, Not the greatest of team to support in my Kansas City Chiefs opinion, but you could go that route. You could go Indy. I don't think Indianapolis is too crazy far away from Ohio. My geography is correct. I've driven through both states a few times in my life, so I don't think it's too terrible. But a 5 or 6 hour drive ain't too terrible. Look, for me to go see a Chiefs game, I gotta drive an hour to the airport, take a 3 or 2.5 hour flight to Kansas City, take another hour drive from the airport to the stadium. Look, I understand, but I'd rather travel and support my team. Like from the sounds of it, you're traveling either way. The defense is buns. Thought Cincinnati, of course. But you're right. I never thought about that. That Indy is only about an hour and a half. Yeah, that sounds about right. Colts are, there's not a lot of bandwagon Colts fans. There's not. Chiefs on top all the way. Look, SR Productions, Chiefs Productions, out here just stating facts. Stating facts for the folks. Numero uno team in the league. Remind me, folks, I haven't looked at the numbers, Is there any other undefeated teams? We got anybody else we're going to talk about that's undefeated? Nope. Just the old Kansas City Chiefs. Let's get back into it. Cardinals versus Dolphins. Dolphins 4.5-point favorites on the spread. Tua is back. I'm back on the bandwagon. Let's go, Fins, for the win over the Cardinals, even though the Cardinals are a very competitive team and could win this game. Could win it. Man, how can Pat play trash and he still be a beast? It's sometimes not unfair. It's because he's not playing like trash. This is a common misconception around the league. This is what happens when you just look at the stat lines and judge a player. This is what happens when you go Moneyball in football. If you don't watch the all 22 film and just look at the stat lines, you'll say Pat Mahomes looks like trash. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Last week, under 200 yards passing? Under 200 yards passing. 28 points. The most points they've put up in God knows how long. The Chiefs have not put up 28 in forever. And what did he do? He put up 28, no Rashid Rice, no Hollywood Brown, no Juju Smith-Schuster, no Isaiah Pacheco. Like you start naming all these weapons that Pat Mahomes was supposed to still have, and he's putting up the most points he can against the San Francisco 49ers, who are a decent team. Especially, look, the offense is a little banged up, but that defense isn't crazy banged up, and he still put a 28 ball on him with Travis Kelce, who's looking old. Let's be honest, Travis Kelce is looking awfully old. And Xavier Worthy, you get a 170-pound rookie. Let me see. India's estate is boring, obviously. You're a cool guy. You deserve a sub. Hey, shout out Chiefs Production. I appreciate the sub. Look, we're growing and we're growing fast. This time last year, we were under 1,000. So, we're growing fast, and it's easy for me to remember the early guys. But, once we blow up, y'all might have been too late. Not y'all, obviously. But, they're going to be too late. Oh, from the Chog said he already subbed. Hey, look at that. Shout out, Mr. Chog. Appreciate that. Oh, look, we don't want to take your money or nothing. But, if you can, the easiest way to support us is hit that little subscribe button and hit the little like button. You ain't even got to subscribe. Just hitting the like button does it for me. It helps support us. One day the dream is to do this every morning, every night. Ain't got to be a business owner no more. Clocking in on Monday mornings. It's kind of the dream. So y'all helping live the dream. We appreciate it. Said the man just knows how to win. Look, it's crazy. Bro, Mahomes injured Rashid Rice. That's football, bro. That happens. That's what happens. Mahomian performance. Look, that's a new word for me. But I like it. I might have to borrow that one, John. Little Mahomian. He did. The man popped off out of Rice. You deserved a sub. Appreciate that. You're cool, man. You have my respect. And Mahomes, number one. We know it. Let's do top five real quick. Everybody bust out their top five quarterbacks. Who is your top five? For me, I'm going Sir Patrick Mahomes. I'm going Lamar Jackson. I'm going Josh Allen. C.J. Stroud. I think I'm going to who do I want to put at five? Is it Jordan Love? It just might be Jordan Love. And I hate Jordan. I'm not a Jordan Love fan. I don't like him. But he just might be number 5. He just might be number 5. I don't want to put Joe Burrow there. He's kind of underperforming very well. But, does pretty good. I like Jaden Daniels a lot. A lot. But can I really put a rookie as number 5? Like, I need a full season before I do it. But he might be there at the end of the season. He is missing this week, though, and it makes me a little nervous. John said, I remember watching Mahomes against Baltimore last year in the playoffs and thinking, wait a minute, this guy isn't a real human being. Hard not to like Pat. Look, there's a lot of Pat haters out there. People like to deny the tape, but it is out there. Chief Productions. Ooh, Goff is a good answer. Is a good answer at number 5. Good answer. I think I'm changing. I might. Let me take Jared Goff, or let me take off Jordan Love, replace him with Jared Goff, because I would take Jared Goff over Jordan Love. Thank you. Thank you, Chiefs Productions. He's got Goff, Allen, CJ Stroud, Lamar Jackson, Sir Patrick Mahomes. Mr. Tribe is going Mahomes, Lamar, Josh, Goff, and Love. These are good picks. He made it. Yeah, these are good picks. Yeah, Jordan Love didn't make the Super Bowl. Goff has made the Super Bowl. He's been there, done that. And crazy that they traded him away after taking the Rams to the Super Bowl. But it worked out for the Rams. And it looks like it just might work out for the Lions. Yeah, Jordan Love didn't, but Joe Burrow he's made a Super Bowl, and more recently. And I actually like Joe Burrow as a quarterback more than Josh Allen. But I think Josh Allen's been outperforming him. Josh Allen also manages to stay slightly healthier, and that can be a factor, You did put your Burrow listed in 2022. Look, he's been kind of on and off fringe, This year's looking rough. Last year looked rough. Last year he looked like dog shit too. It just wasn't it. It just was not it. Let me see. Let's get through these games real quick. Ravens versus Browns. And it sucks that the Browns got to play the Ravens as soon as they lose Deshaun Watson. Because I said, once they get rid of Deshaun Watson, once he's benched, I'm going for the Browns. And I can't do it. Not against the Ravens. Not against the Ravens. 8.5 point spread. So crazy. So crazy. 9 point dog in them. Like, I don't know about 9 points. They should. In theory, they should. But 9 points sounds a little rich. If you're going to bet that game, go money line or find an alternative line at like 5.5 points. I'd take a few points on there. Put your puffing on there. It's a little, we'll call it CBD. How about that? We'll call it CBD. I'm an old man with a lot of, back pains and whatnot. I am a veteran, so I get a lot of back pains, a lot of knee pains, a lot of pains in the joints. So a little CBD helps. Looks like a card there, but I think that's what the kids call them these days. They've got all sorts of names. Next on the list, Saints versus Chargers. The Chargers are going to win this game, right? I hate to say it. No Derek Carr, no chance. 2-5, and the 2 was just because of Derek Carr. Me too. I'm an old man with glaucoma. Yeah, y'all see these glasses? I got glaucoma. Oh, vet, move. Yeah, we're good. You be smoking on the dingleberries, huh? What does that even mean? What does that mean, Chiefs? You know, I don't know that one. The Drew Brees revenge game. Yeah, I wish the Saints could get it done, man. I really do. I'm not a big fan of the Chargers, but my best friend is a Chargers fan. So I don't have the same hatred against the Chargers as I do the Broncos or the Raiders. And I would say most Chiefs fans are like that. If you rank the hatred, it would probably be Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs. And some people might go Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs, or Chargers, excuse me. I don't know what this pen's working. Yeah, I'd probably go Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs, or Chargers. Keep doing that. Why would I hate the Chiefs? McNuggets. Look, Andy Reid wants to grab your nuggies. He does. He will grab your nuggies. You got to be careful. Josh Reynolds got shot 2 times yesterday. Was it Josh? Is that the Broncos player? Because I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was actually like a week ago. But they just released the information like yesterday or 2 days ago. Let me double check. Well, I've got the computer in front of me. I can pull it up. Make sure I get the spelling correct. Yeah. What happened there? Yeah, last week. Yeah, it was last week. Yeah, the dude that was leaving the strip club. Yeah, no, that's the craziest thing that happened. So he was shot a week ago in the arm and in the head. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that they were able to keep it under the wraps for a week. Yeah. Here goes the NBC article that dropped 2 days ago. He got shot again? You mean he got shot again? Look, I know he got shot a week ago. And it took them a week to release the information. But you're saying he got shot within like the last 2 days? Josh Reynolds, is he on the Lions? No, he's a Denver Bronco. And last week after leaving the game, him and another gentleman decided to go to a strip club. And outside of that strip club, about 3 o'clock in the morning, shortly before 3 a.m., yeah, the 2 men that shot him were arrested on October 18th. So this was 9 days ago. And it's crazy that it took so long for this information to get out. It is crazy. I would never have guessed that an NFL player got shot in today's internet, social media stuff and news information, and they were able to hide it for a week. It's crazy. If I'm eating a burger, Andy Reid has got to take it from my hands. You're talking about Craig Reynolds. That's on the Lions. Now, Josh Reynolds was on the Lions catching passes from Goff when Goff first got here. Yeah, there is I believe there is another guy. Is this the same Josh Reynolds that was on the Lions? Let's find out. For some reason, I didn't think so. It might be. Let's pull up stats. That'll be the easiest way. Career Broncos Lions. Yeah, he was on the Lions last season. Shout out to John. Look at you. Getting it in. Oh, you had to leave to clean the floor to let my dog out? Who let the dogs out? Woof. I cannot get my son to enjoy that song. I'll be trying. I'll be trying hard. Yeah, but we were just talking about your boy Josh Reynolds, or your former boy, and how he got a little shot, got a little bang bang, clickety bang bang. Look, just a reminder, nothing's good going on at 3 a.m. unless I'm starting my stream and you're on the West Coast, and then I guess something's good. Because I was thinking about that, because normally y'all know I'm a little bit later in the morning on this stream, and I got to thinking about it. I was like, it's like 6:30 here, or I guess it started at 7. So I'm like, it's 7 here, 6, 5, 4, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Who's going to be watching me at 4 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast? I don't think nobody. I don't think I got a single West Coaster that we know of. I think we got some Chiefs fan. That's pretty, Midwest. We're getting in that central time zone, a little doable. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Tigers, Mr. SR Productions, aren't you in that Detroit area? I'm gonna have to check it out. Woof woof. Passionate about this poop, man. Look, get it, John. Getting it. Yeah, but I still think it was crazy that they hid it for a whole week. When's the last time an NFL player did something and they were able to hide it for a week? What was his name? Rice, the Ravens running back that punched his wife in the elevator. They hid that one for a while. Born in Detroit, still in Detroit. I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that. As someone that's been to Detroit, I apologize for your inconvenience. Oof. That's a city I always felt bad for. That's a city that I think I live near the stadium, about 5 miles away. Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. That's always cool. I used to be, when I lived in Kansas City, I was like 15 minutes from the stadium, but everywhere is probably half an hour from the, everywhere is within probably 15, 30 minutes of the stadium. Like even Mahomes lives a little bit south of where I lived, and he was probably 20 minutes to the stadium if he's driving the Rari. You know what I mean? If he's got a Ferrari out, he'll probably make it there in 20 minutes too. What's worse, Detroit or Toledo? Ooh. I mean, I've never spent time in Toledo, so I can't judge it. We're talking about hoods. We are talking about hoods. We've got distracted, and we got started talking about what neighborhoods is worse. Detroit, man, y'all up there, cream of the crop, in my opinion. I haven't done Toledo. I did server the guy from Toledo, and he was kind of shisty. Now that I think about it, he was kind of shisty too. He was a cool dude, but still kind of shisty. Like you can hang out with him. You just want to make sure, you keep all the things in your own pocket and make sure he ain't reaching in them, because he's the type to go in there. He said Detroit and Toledo are one of the same. Detroit is just being way bigger. That could be true. Now another argument is, what's worse, is Detroit or Buffalo? Buffalo for me is a real contender. A real contender for Detroit. I think Detroit, I've spent a little bit more time in Detroit than Buffalo. I think, I don't know. I think Detroit might be worse. Detroit, 9 miles smells like poop down there in 8 Mile. So does that mean 8 and 9 Mile is poop? John he's down there in Ohio. He's an Ohioan. and maybe even from Toledo. Uh, and if so, I apologize. Look, and look, Kansas City ain't no ray of sunshine either. My co-host will try to pretend it is, and I just shake my head no, because I'm a very well traveled man. I like one of my wife and I's favorite thing to do is to travel. We to go to places, see things, do things, get in with the culture, see what the locals are doing. Try to find a hole in the wall kind of situation. That's what we like to do. And Kansas City's got a little poop hole situation too. The older you get, the less you celebrate being, we used to call it Killer City, Missouri. And the older you get, the lamer that is. So I'm thankful to be in sunny Florida, bro. I'm a mile from the beach, living the good life. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy it, and if you enjoy your little Detroit or Toledo or Ohio, like don't let me talk down on it. Just let you enjoy it. Maybe that's your definition of paradise. So everybody's different. I knew a guy that me and him would go back and forth. What was better between Florida or Denver? And bro would always be like, "Oh, Denver's so much better, this and that." And I hate the cold. I hate the snow. I hate everything about it. Denver in the summertime is excellent. This time of the year, no chance. No chance. Same with Detroit. Like, I don't want to do it. 1-2 tickle P. Diddy pickle. Ain't no one. Hey, look. The only people doing that are in Rucker Island right now. All right, let me hit the last bit of these games real quick before I got to head out. Let me see, we got Saints Chargers. I've got the Chargers in that one. Bills Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks. That might be the dog of the week right there. Only 16% of the public betting Seattle. What is going on here? What is going on here? People not realizing what the Seahawks are doing this year. People are not realizing how good the Seahawks are. Did you know Geno Smith is like top 5 in passing yards? Did y'all know that? It was kind of a surprise to me when I looked at it during the week, looking at who's leading what. Geno Smith is that guy. Somehow, some way, I was done with him. I'm not really a Seahawks fan. I have a tremendous amount of family members that are Seahawks fans. So it's always been like between that and when they were in the AFC West, it's just not a Seahawks guy. But I think Seattle Seahawks are beating the Buffalo Bills. Let me see. We got the Chiefs versus Raiders. Chiefs 9-point favorites on the road. It's really a home game for the Chiefs in Vegas. And wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Bears Commanders. The Bears are 1.5-point favorites. I think the Commanders are still going to get it done. No Jaden Daniels, but Marcus Mariota showed there's not a huge drop-off. He's competitive. He is probably one of the better backup quarterbacks you can have in the league. And look at him showing he's still in the league. A lot of people might have forgotten Marcus Mariota, but not. He's shown he's still there. Panthers versus Broncos. Also got an 11-point spread. And this is right. I wanted the Panthers to win. Bryce Young is playing quarterback for the Panthers again. And I've got no faith. 2% of the public is betting on Carolina. And I don't understand how 2% of the public did not see that Bryce Young is going to be the quarterback, or maybe 2% of the public doesn't think that's a factor. Look, I'm a legendary Broncos hater. There's no team in the NFL I hate more than the Denver Broncos. And they're still going to win this game by a country mile. And even an 11-point spread feels awfully safe. Cowboys versus 49ers. I'm going Cowboys because the 49ers don't have anybody healthy. This is a must-win game for the Cowboys, sitting at 3-3. They need to fix this situation. Only 10% of the public is betting the Cowboys. So we've got two highlighted games so far that we really need to focus on. Giants versus Steelers. Steelers 6-point favorites at home. That feels like a safe spread. There's a lot of these that just feel really comfortable, really safe. Really safe. I think the Cowboys 49ers game might have gotten wrong. I don't feel hugely confident in the Cowboys to get it done, though. But I do think the Bills Seahawks game is going to be the dog of the week. Dog of the week. And I'll be hitting on my dogs. I've had a couple misses. I always get surprised when I miss on my dog of the week. But I feel awfully good about what the Seahawks are going to do. I just truly do. Truly do. Well, folks, this is going to be the pregame show for today. I do got to take my kid to Busch Gardens. We're about to go do some amusement park rides, have fun, celebrate his little birthday. Shout out to my little dude for hitting 10. It's crazy to think I got a 10-year-old. I'm still kind of blown away by the whole thing of being a dad. It's an awesome feeling. And I hope y'all enjoy y'all football games. I hope your teams win, unless you're a Raiders fan. Pittsburgh only 6.5 versus Giants. New York Giants won't keep Jones upright. That's an easy one. Yeah, I feel like, look, if you want to talk about locks of the week, right? I feel like there's so many easy games. Let's hit these easy ones real quick. The Texans should easily beat the Colts. The Packers should easily beat the Jags. The Falcons should easily beat the Buccaneers. The Jets should blow away the Patriots. The Lions should blow away the Titans. The Ravens are forecasted to blow away the Browns. The Chargers should blow away the Saints. The Chiefs should blow away the Raiders. There's a lot of these. The Broncos should blow away the Panthers. There's a lot of locks. The Steelers should blow, just the amount of games over. Let's look at the touchdown point spreads. So 6.5 and above. 6.5, these are called locks. You got a touchdown favorite, that's the Jets over the Pats. Let me see, what's the next one? Lions over the Titans. Ravens over the Browns. Chargers over the Saints. Chiefs over the Raiders. And Broncos over the Panthers. That's a lot. And honestly, it's 6.5 and the Steelers. That's half of these games are blowouts, locks away. We're only halfway through the season. How many sorry-ass teams are on the Pittsburgh schedule? Colts, Giants. Look. I'm not saying, at least they'll make the playoffs. We're keeping that winning season streak going for Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has always finished 500 or above, and he's pretty much guaranteed it this season. Pretty much. Pretty wild. But yeah, I appreciate you, John. See you out, bro. I gotta get breakfast ready for this boy and get him excited. Get him ready for the day. And catch y'all on the next one. Remember, we're usually live Monday through Friday, at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check y'all out.